Do you ever think about the future? What? Val wiped away the tears, lifting up his face to look at mine. Let's run away. What? Let's run away together after we graduate high school and go to Las Vegas. Of course! Everybody wants to go to Las Vegas and get hitched. Well, do you hear yourself right now? You sound like a crazy lunatic. What was he thinking? And why was he saying all of this? The obvious answer eluded me, despite the kiss. I don't want to go through the stupid dating process, asking you to go out with me. He grabbed my hands, pulling me into an embrace. I want to marry you. I want to... Oh God, I'm turning red! Oh my God! I want to sit on the porch someday with our kids and while holding our hands, watching the sunset. I love you, Isis. Do you know that? My heart cannot take this. I could hardly believe what I was hearing. Valen continued to hold on to me, his hands stroking my hair. Vampires can watch sunsets? Well then, I'm a different vampire. I don't need my mom. We can do everything ourselves. You can get a job, and I can be a football star and go to the football. Oh, he's so cute and naive! I love it! We'll be rich, I mean, don't you feel the same, Isis? I love you. I love you too, Val. Back in my mind, reality hit me. What was he doing? Giving me promises that he knew he couldn't keep. He sounded so crazy. But what has this got to do with your We jumped. The shock of the bell broke our moment together. Emotions finally settling down, Val let go slowly. Reaching out my hand towards him, I wiped the excess tears off his face. He was such a boy. What happens, Val? We'll get through it. Together, okay? Yeah, okay. I'm so cute. He must be a football star. My head still felt a little dizzy. Well, you didn't take your medicine. Anyway, time to head to another day of work. I couldn't let my emotions control what I had to do. My job. Not only my job, though, but another thing. There was an investigation still need to be done. Evidence was missing, and I was determined to find them. Well, let's get to it. Afternoon, Aldo. La bien, Miss Isis. What shall we do today? Aldo paused, looking over pots and pans. He seemed to be looking for something. I don't think I needing helps. But please tidy up the kitchen if you please. With that said, he left through the kitchen door. Guess I have some free time to myself. Time to investigate. Too bad I didn't have a magnifying glass. I just picked the first one without thinking. I'm sorry, guys. Too bad I didn't have a magnifying glass. My eyes glanced down at the tiles questionably. Nothing seemed to be off. They were all spotless. Too spotless. What? I made a round trip around the kitchen. Nope, nothing fishy. Wait a minute. Bending down, I squinted my eyes. One spot seemed wider than the others, like the size of an average foot. Footsteps? So the killer must have concealed his tracks, didn't they? Yet, how could they be so white? Could they have just wiped it clean with a mop? Unless the footsteps couldn't be wiped clean from the marble white tile. It was too permanent in the ground to be wiped away. Concluding, their only option was to paint them over with white again, or some sort of concealment. The spots of white trailed from the dark stairway of Antoine's office, back to the far corner of the room, but then out the kitchen door. I headed out the kitchen door. That was all I could find for now, and I shouldn't be alone by myself. Who knows what would do if the murderer found me? Where shall we go? I said, shall we go this way? Or shall we go this way? Or shall we go... I don't know. Fuck, this way. The red curtains were the first thing that drew my eyes. Stepping up onto the stage podium, it was still quite messy from the jazz night. Seriously, wires were tangled everywhere. Ack! I tripped, falling face first onto the stage. Wires thick and thin knotted my feet and arms, make it almost impossible for me to get up. Oh god. Okay, I can do this. Taking deep breaths, I calmed myself down. Slowly, carefully, my arms moved out of the tangle. Cautiously, I lifted myself up. Whew, I did it. Careful, dear. Did you fall down? Diane was walking up towards me. Yes, but I'm fine for now. You should go and help Aldo now, don't you think? Actually, he needs some help right now in the dining hall. What? Come, dear, please. The place was all a ruckus. Something small darted under the table, too fast for me to see. Aldo, as well as everyone, was everywhere, either dodging the small thing or chasing it. It's okay. Don't run now. Suddenly it dashed under, right between my legs. I yelped, tripped, falling to the ground with a thud. At first I thought it was a rat, but it was way too big for one, and too small for a cat. Ugh, me slices can't help us catch the little thing. What? I screamed, something touching my behind. Immediately I scrambled up and jumped onto a table. Eek! Don't run so much, Aldo. You'll only encourage it. Scusa! Freaked out of my mind, I panicked again when the thing raced down right under us. Aldo followed and dove beneath. Wink, wink. Hey, no harvi para poco grasso. He wrapped the creature in a big bundle of cloth. It was too concealed for all of us to see. It was a friggin' pig. What is that thing? Did it just snort? Oh my goodness, you have a pig? He lifted the tiny cover and revealing the pink thing. Oh, his eyes were barely open now, tired from the chase. Diane and I swarmed around Aldo, trying to take a closer look at the teacup pig. Such an adorable... Oh, look at it. Its eyes are more irresistible than puppy dog eyes. Where'd you even get this? Amy interrupted, grabbing Aldo's shoulder. Aldo, didn't Antoine talk to you yesterday? You can't bring animals into the cafe. This is the third time you sneaked your pig in. I am very sorry. The chef lowered his head in shame. Still, I wasn't going to let my curiosity go unanswered. But Aldo, where in the world did you get this little guy anyway? Oh, I was visiting farmers markets all over the town last week. I was looking for some veggies, but then I saw a handful of small piglets, teacup piglets. They were too small to be given to pork manufacturers, especially this one. And if I didn't bought it, the farmer would have put him down. Laughing a little humorously, Aldo leaned forward to tickle his pet. We smiled, watching the piglet squirm in delight. Then I realized something. Was the teacup pig while you were here from the cafe? Why was the Was the teacup pig why you were gone from the cafe for so long? Aldo nodded. My landlady doesn't allow animals, so I brought him here temporarily. But he's not allowed here too, so I don't know what to do. So that means Aldo is completely ruled out as a suspect then. What's its name? I actually haven't named it yet. We'll name it later. Come on everybody, back to work. Your pig caused enough trouble as it is. We have to set up all tables again. All-night hours start in less than 2 hours. Clapping his hands, we all shut our mouths, scrambling ourselves to get back to work. Aldo bowed again in apology, as Damien gave a private scolding in the kitchen. We were absolutely smitten with the little thing, but it looks like we'll never see it again. At least the investigation ended on a good note today. Another day at the cafe was over. Honestly though, I didn't want to go home. Or, what home did I have anyway? My parents don't want me, and all they're concerned about is moving me out of their house. Maybe I should go back inside. I'm leaving a little early. Go back and find out. No, we're gonna call the boyfriend. Oh yeah. The phone rang 3 times. Why isn't he picking up? Val? Isis, did you just... The line cut off. What the heck? No one gets text messages. I send text messages and the person never gets them. Like, it'll be like my mom will be like texting her and she's like, maybe like a room away from me, and I'll be like, did you get it? She'll be like, nope. And I'm like, searching through the contacts, I dialed again. It was only his voicemail now. Valen, what should I say? Please, call me soon. My fingers pressed, end call. I only wanted to hear his voice, but I guess I was going to wait. Aw, sweetie. Seriously? We're doing this shit again? Fucking kidding me? Finally. Shit. The living room was empty, and yet the light is on. Oh, darling, you're home. A tall woman stepped out of the light. My mouth gaped open in surprise. Mrs. Michaels, what are you doing here? Oh, darling, of course I would come. I found out what happened. You did? I looked down, a little ashamed. Mrs. Michaels reached for my face, tilting up my chin so I would look at her. Oh, you poor thing. I think it's time I've told you something. Mrs. Michaels brought me over to the living room couch, plotting me down like I was a guest in her house. You're a very special girl, Isis. Did you know that? I am? Oh yes, so special that there are very bad people called red bloods have been after your life ever since you were born. What? Shh, shh, shh. She briefly tapped my nose lightly with her finger. And so, I took it upon myself to hide you, and let you grow up in a normal environment and happy childhood. Though it didn't turn out the way, considering your horrible parents. So, you're the woman they were talking about? Mrs. Michaels laughed, pulling my cheeks. Why yes, my darling. I've been taking care of you ever since you were born. And really, I'm so sorry for what happened. She took my hand in hers, grasping them tightly. I never imagined they would do anything like that to you. And if I had known sooner, I would have scooped you up and brought you to live with Valen and I. I flushed as she brought up Valen. I was so worried about him. His line cut off in the middle of the conversation. I should tell her about my feelings for him. Of course, Mrs. Michaels noticed. Is there something you'd like to tell me, dear? Well, actually, I just wanted to let you know that I'm in love with my son. How did you... Oh, darling, it's so obvious. Valen talked non-stop about you all the time. And the way you two looked at each other, it was a match made in heaven. My chest filled with joy hearing her words. So I would love to have you as my daughter, dear. The woman opened up her arms, waiting, and I eagerly embraced her in a hug. Yes, Val and I would be a big, happy family. Mrs. Michaels? Yes, dear? Where are my parents? She kissed my forehead, tapping my nose. You don't have to worry about them anymore. They're gone. There was something off about her smile. I couldn't put my finger on it, but I knew one thing for sure.